Welcome to the DMV in Washington, D.C. The Baltimore Vultures, the D.C. Dragons, on a special night here on the Monday Night Spectacular. With Eddie Gage and Ron Haynes in the stats truck, Charles Doherty is my longtime colleague. We are in D.C. for the undefeated D.C. Dragons against the 2-2 Baltimore Vultures. Charles, this game, on paper, you might say, D.C.'s got this thing, but Baltimore's got the history, and Baltimore had a really tough schedule to start out. This could be the D.C. Dragons' biggest test all season.
Yeah, this is the game I circle every season because I grew up in the area, in the Maryland, Virginia area. Anytime a Maryland team plays DC team or Virginia team, it's always big. And I love it. I love both of these teams. And these uniforms coming out, I mean, I'm not talking about the game at all, but both of these owners have well-run teams. And, you never know what the results are going to be. It doesn't matter what the ratings are on paper. It all comes down to the playbook and execution on the field. So let's do it.
A uniform matchup for the ages tonight, Charles. Look at this place. Look at Richard, the Dungeon of Dracarys Coliseum. This place is all decked out for tonight's big game. It's the Baltimore Vultures, the D.C. Dragons on the Week 7 Monday Night Spectacular. Let's kick it. We are underway. This 8 yards deep in the end zone from Victor Ironleg, and Mason Kirby takes a knee. Shabazz Synergy in his 10th season, 5 years with the D.C. Dragons, coming out to lead this offense. He was spectacular last week.
Oh my gosh, 83% completion, 450 yards, and 5 TDs, no interceptions. It's a perfect game.
He had Charleston chasing the receivers around all night long. He's got 3 receivers, 2 in the backfield. They'll pitch it out to Chuck Stellar, and right away, we already notice that the D.C. Dragons have ditched last week's game plan in favor of a more traditional attack relative to how D.C. likes to play football.
I expect these first 2 series are going to be kind of like a chess match, trying to feel each other out to see what they're going to be up against. But it might take a series or 2 for one of these teams to get hot.
3rd and 6 on the run to Stellar again. We mentioned Kevin Say in the pregame, only averaging about 10, 11 carries per game. So his workload a little bit lighter. He is in on 3rd down and 6 after Stellar got the first 2 carries for 4 yards. This is Synergy on his first pass of the night, and Shabazz Synergy's throw is incomplete into double coverage. Young Vaught on the coverage. A quick 3 and out for the undefeated Dragons.
Yeah, he was trying to throw that ball into a piggy bank. There's not a lot of room, man. That was bookend coverage, and you don't get those complete that many times.
So the kick, punt is away for the D.C. Dragons, and outside of the uniforms, and I don't often do this, especially this early on in a game, but just looking around the stadium, Charles, I mean, this is the gold standard. This is why we made the move. This place looks phenomenal today.
It's so funny you brought that up because I was thinking in pregame, I was like, there's so much going on in this stadium, so many little details that you miss. And I'm trying to call the game, and I'll see something in the corner like, oh my gosh, I never saw that before.
It is a beautiful thing. Jack Wigmore in his 11th season, another 5+ year veteran at quarterback in the SFL, sends his tight end Jackson Roberts in motion. First down at the 39-yard line as Wigmore drops to throw. Fires, intercepted. Chris Britton, the 3rd, gets a block down the sideline. Britton, the 3rd, all the way to the Baltimore 23-yard line. First down, D.C.
He had an interception last week, and he has his 3rd tonight. Man, he gets out there right side to the quarterback and tagged it out of the air. And so far, the scale is leaning towards D.C.
That one a little bit of a surprise, especially after Baltimore got the 3 and out on their first series. But Jack Wigmore throws his 8th interception. He only has 2 touchdowns this season despite 126 pass attempts. That's 11th in the league. That's been the surprise for Baltimore's start, but they are coming in riding a 2-game win streak. They'll pitch it out to Stellar to start. That gets 3 yards, and Giovanni Bolt, the Hall of Famer, makes the tackle. DC's offense, Shabazz Synergy. Look at the DMV for Coach Melinex. Kevin Say, Sam Harrison, Chuck Stellar in the backfield. Ronnie Shanahan, Mason Kirby, Connor Weston at wide receiver. Jay Hayden, Lauren Percoco, James Walters at tight end. Connie Cook, Al Freeman, and Michael Percoco on the line. Walters and Friedman coming over from Nashville. Cook coming over from Houston as Synergy drops to throw, intercepted, and a fumble picked up by Baltimore. Warfield at the 6-yard line. So much to break down there as Baltimore gets it back.
Where do you start? I was going to say, I thought this was going to be a completion. I was going to give props to the offensive line for holding the blitz away from the quarterback. But, man, great coverage by Roy Towers, but couldn't hold on. And I'm not sure if that was an actual a catch, but we'll see.
Yeah, on the interception, thinking maybe he didn't have, and that's...
He probably got both feet in. I don't know. It happened so fast.
It did happen really fast. So we've got 2 turnovers and 7 total yards right now in the ball game. 1st and 10 at the 6. Now empty backfield for Baltimore as Wigmore fires. That's caught by Matson. Is Baltimore trying to give DC a taste of their own medicine? First down.
Yeah, that was spectacular athleticism by Benji Matson. I mean, 6'6", 266. You normally don't see that much agility and somebody built like that, but also got to give credit to Jack Wigmore. Very accurate pass, where only the tight end can bring it in.
First completion of the day for Baltimore. 1 of 2 for 16 yards and a pick. Matt Chima goes in motion. Chima and Irvin both have not scored a touchdown this season, which is really surprising as Wigmore drops to throw. He will fire. That is caught by Warren Murray. First down to the 35-yard line.
On both sides, the defenses are very aggressive so far, Cam. It looks like every play they sent an extra man in to try to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, Eddie Gage picking it out, too, in the stat truck. Both teams blitzing, trying to force the issue. That was 21-on-21 crime there. Billy Beers, the much-improved free safety, is a part of this team making the play in the backfield. This is a shotgun look now for Baltimore on 1st down and 10 as Wigmore will drop the throw. Wigmore dumps it off short. That pass is caught by Matson. A pickup of 3 yards to set up 2nd and 7.
Both of these defenses are just, dominating the offenses. They set an extra man in on defense there and just sat back in great coverage. It was a perfect execution for the defense.
2 in the backfield with Wigmore. More traditional look here as Chima goes in motion. DC showing a blitz, 2 different areas. And they leave T-Roy Gaines open over the middle, dragging defenders for, well, they said 3rd inches. I think that's going to be challenged.
No way. No way. His body didn't touch until he was past the marker.
I'm shocked they're not challenging. By the way, I love Baltimore's helmets, too. The oversized logo kind of stemming from either side. It's really sharp. 3rd and short. Toss. Murray got it. First down. Breaking a tackle. Murray in the open field. Murray inside the DC 40. That's why you don't burn a challenge early.
Yeah, the defense got penetration on there. You saw him in the backfield. Almost brought the running back down. But, man, what athleticism. Able to stretch that out and add an extra 10 to the play.
You know what that tells me, Charles, about Baltimore's mentality tonight? We're in D.C. and we've got a crooked crew. We got to make sure we save those timeouts. Hand off to Chima, reception by Chima up to the 22-yard line, 1st down.
We're talking in the pregame about, I think it was Ivory Irvin not having any touchdowns, but Mac Chima doesn't have one either. And it's just weird at this point of the season that they don't have at least a handful in their stats column.
Yeah, based on what we've seen so far out of this offense tonight, they're definitely trying to force the issue in the passing game. Wigmore now 4 of 5 for 51 yards, but does have that 8th interception on the season. This is Warren Murray breaking a tackle. Murray pushing the pile, 1st and goal, down to the 10-yard line. What a response from Baltimore. This drive started on their 6-yard line.
I tell you what, if that offensive line run blocks like that all night and Warren Murray executes the play like he did on those last couple, I think Baltimore's going to be sitting pretty tonight.
1st and goal at the 9.5-yard line. Could this be the first for Chima or Irvin? Wigmore has to get away and cannot get away. Sacked in the backfield with a big Mike Wagner at 6'1", 350.
350 and his 3rd sack of the season. He just manhandled the guard on that play got past him, brushed him aside like some dust, and was in the face of Wigmore, and he couldn't do anything.
Second down, goal to go, halfway through the first quarter, back at the 11-yard line. Wigmore against heavy pressure. Wigmore one-on-one coverage, throws another pick. Take it back the other way. That's Darrell Bullock with a big man chasing him. Bullock down the sideline. 30, Bullock 20, 10. Oh, he got caught. What a play by the lineman down the field. Ray Arnold saved the touchdown. Get that man some oxygen.
That is a 6'7", 325 bullet train going after you, man. I am so impressed. I mean, and the sad thing is Bullock made a great interception on there. His third of the season. Almost took it to the house, but look at the bullet train going after him. That's just amazing. I have nightmares about that.
How did he catch him? I thought Bullock was gone. That was an incredible play. And it's not often, Charles, that you get an 86-yard interception return and you're not the star of the play.
That was amazing.
Eddie said, that's embarrassing. 4:34 to go in the first quarter, but another just devastating decision there by Jack Wigmore. That pass is caught, although very dangerous territory. Connor Weston with the reception picks up 8.
Roy Towers was in the zone to grab that. Just a hairline out of reach for him. It would have been an interception. We might have been looking at another long return.
Second down and 2 at the 6. Both defenses have been terrorizing opponents' offenses. This is Kevin Say on the pitch. He still, this season, does not have a rushing touchdown. 3rd and 3.
Oh, man. Well, I'm still catching my breath, Cam. What a great Monday night game, my friend.
This is what we want.
Oh, yeah.
3rd down and 3. 9 in the box for Baltimore. Against 9 in the backfield. Handoff. Sam Harrison breaking a tackle and scoring a touchdown. The Goose Eggs are gone for the Dragons.
Second TD for Sam Harrison this season, and that was a strong run. I mean, it looked like he was going to get brought down, was able to shrug aside, I think that was that young Vaught that came in on that, and just push him aside and get in the end zone.
Bolt, the would-be tackler on that play, and DC takes a 6-0 lead on top of the Baltimore Vultures, and it kind of doesn't feel like that should be the case. Charles, they went 3-and-out punt on their first drive, had an interception on their second play, and only had a 13-yard drive, here after the interception. But hey, the defense did their job.
Yeah, both of these defenses balling out. I'm telling you. Your wild game, Cam. What's going to happen next?
Yeah, I agree. If these teams continue to be as aggressive as they've been in the early stages of this game defensively, we could see a lot of points and a lot of mistakes, as well as the timer has been sped up in both heads of these quarterbacks. And Jack Wigmore he's got to shake it off, Charles, because he's had an interception bug that is pretty unusual for him.
Well, the offensive line has got to help him out too, because he's not having a whole heck. I mean, you'll normally get like 2 Mississippi in the backfield, but that offensive line isn't giving him enough time to go through his progressions.
3:31 to go in the first quarter. Wigmore will again start out of the empty on 1st and 10. He will fire it down the middle, and Mac Chima was double covered. This DC defense impressive. Peanuts say with the knockaway on the defensive line, Kano Fortson, John Gary, Seth Harrison, Mike Wagner, and Jose Fuentes. At linebacker, Nick Fargo, Chris Britton III. Corners, Jadoobie-Doo and Darrell Bullock, and then 4 safeties to watch out for. Billy Beers, Tyler Highfield, Peanut Say, and Kev Say Jr. reactivated this week. 2nd and 10. Five wide, Matson puts a hand down. 3-by-2, this is Wigmore. Over the middle, caught, Ivory Irvin, 1st down.
Wow, I mean, it's hard to question the Baltimore coaching staff. I mean, you're going up against the DC Dragons, and they're 16th in rushing yards allowed per game, and they're fourth in passing yards allowed per game, and on second down, you might think that they're going to run it, but heck no, they come out and empty and just throw a dime.
Yeah, the stats would point to not trying to test this DC Dragons secondary, but Baltimore obviously seeing some things on film this week. DC's gotten aggressive, and Ivory Irvin has the one-handed catch to the DC 43-yard line for another first down.
You cannot let any separation on Irvin. He's going to make you pay for it. I mean, all he needs is a centimeter, and he's going to make you pay for it.
There were receivers open a lot all over the field there. Jackson Roberts was running an in route. He was all alone, but Irvin was open too. You hit your better player. Irvin now 2 for 28. Matson 2 for 19. Max Shima 1 for 17. 2:35 to go in the first. 1st and 10. Shima going in motion. Baltimore showing a lot of different looks, it's been fascinating to watch. Wigmore fires down the field. I thought he was looking for Murray there. Shima ended up being the intended target. Billy Beers on the stop.
Yeah, it looked like he got rid of the ball a little early. Maybe, I'm not going to say rattled, because that's not too respectful for the likes of Jack Wigmore, but thought he might have gotten rid of the ball a little early on that play.
Second down, 4-3 look. Out of DC, Matson goes in motion. Wigmore dropping a throw, fires, caught. First down to the 30-yard line. Ivory Irvin again.
When Jack's good, he's good. Another. This time he put the ball in the piggy bank. That was a great throw.
And to do that with Chris Britton on coverage, that may have been a similar play to Britton's earlier interception.
It's right over the shoulder pad of the defender. I mean, that was picture perfect.
First down for the Vultures. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wigmore drops to throw. DC backed off, and Irvin has a first down to the 13-yard line. That time the Dragons did not send pressure, and the Vultures move the chains again.
They're moving here on this empty look. It's looking really well. I got distracted. I don't know what was going on with the coach's face. Sorry. Is that hair or is it a rash? I couldn't help it.
Is that a hair or a rash?
Hot coffee in the locker room.
1:33 to go in the first down.
Dags is going to be in here.
He's in Hawaii. He doesn't care what you say. Wigmore pump fake. He goes down and is sacked. Seth Harrison with the takedown.
That's his 3rd and a half for the season. He is a big man at 6'5", 295. Very fast and agile for a creature that height and weight.
He took the long way around too.
In the nice sport.
I would have liked to seen him chase down Darrell Bullock.
Oh yeah.
2nd and long for Baltimore. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Another more pressure and a flag. That's Bullock with PI trying to prevent Irvin from his first touchdown of the season. No, actually, they're going to get roughing the passer as DC was bringing just about everybody. Either way, it is a Baltimore first down. That penalty on Mike Wagner.
Yeah, that was an overload at the top of the screen. He sent 17 defenders around the edge on that one.
Yeah, and you got to call that hit too late. Ooh. Do you know what a haboob is, Charles?
Do I know what a who?
A haboob is? I think
my dad sat me down and told me about those when we talked about the birds and bees.
Pass is incomplete. From our stats truck, Eddie Gage, does he mean monsoon? And he just typed the wrong letters? I don't know. He said he's getting hard with rain, wind, and dust. Hopefully I don't lose you. No, it's a haboob. I don't know what a haboob is.
I'm sorry. He did type haboob.
I thought he meant monsoon. I don't know what's going on. Handoff, T-Roy Gaines. Nothing. It's going to be 3rd and goal for the Vultures.
Oh, this is crazy game. In the booth, on the field, everywhere.
We have fun here on Monday night.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know what the heck you were talking about.
3rd down and goal. 3-1 for Baltimore as DC looks for a stop. They bring 6, and that pass is incomplete. Tyler Highfield with the deflection. Wigmore just not able to find the open man quickly.
It's hard when you're getting that good penetration on the pass blocking. You don't have a lot of time to make a decision. I mean, you and I can look at it and say, oh, hey, Johnny was open at the top of the screen, but man, that is moving fast.
24-yard field goal coming up. And the extra point is up, or the field goal rather, is up and good. 11 play, 64-yard drive, takes 3 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock. A relatively tame drive considering how crazy this game is. And before we go any further, a haboob is defined as a violent and oppressive wind blowing in summer, especially in Sudan, bringing sand from the desert.
Especially in Sudan?
And Arizona, apparently.
Wow, I was afraid to Google that. I didn't know what was going to pop up.
I'm just going with the government doesn't really care about me, so whatever I search is fine.
Wow. The wife's going to go, I saw you search for a boob.
And I'll say, not her, haboob. It's first down at the 31, and we got to get off this. 3-1. Dragons up 7-3. Handoff. Kevin Say breaks a tackle, but nothing there. The wrap-up by Roy Towers again. Second down.
Yeah, Towers has had some he's been in the right place a lot tonight. He's been making a couple close to some very big plays. That he almost had that one interception near the goal line, but he's executing well tonight.
DC 7, Baltimore 3. We got a good one in the 14th meeting of DMV rivals. You're watching the Monday Night Spectacular Week 7 edition right here on the Virtual Football Network alongside Charles Doherty. I'm Cameron Irvine, Ron Haynes, and Eddie Gage in our stats truck. Seriously, though, we hope that Eddie does not lose connection or signal because of his inclement weather going on right now. This is Synergy who zipped that to the logo. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, again, the line is getting a lot. The defensive line is getting a lot of penetration on that offensive line. They got to do something to slow it down a bit.
Holy smokes, Eddie, that is wild. You see that picture that we just got from the stat truck?
Is that in his area or is that in Sudan?
I don't know. I think that's where he's at.
You got to keep your eye on Eddie.
3rd down and 10. Synergy dropping a throw. That pass is incomplete. Looking for Mason Kirby and a quick 3 and out following Baltimore's 3+ minute drive. This defense going to be tired when they get back out on the field.
I'm not sure what defense that was. I think it was Alvin Mack. Took a step like he was going back into coverage and then turned right around and ran up through the gap. I think that was a sting. I don't know.
Punt is away. It is a deep kick all the way to the 26-yard line, but an even better return from Ivory Irvin up to the 35. That's where Baltimore will start their next possession.
Yeah, and I expect to see more of the same for the defensive line for DC. They're going to turn the heat up, and make Jack burn them.
We'll see Eddie Gage and his Arizona Scorpions in our next Monday Night Spectacular. It's September 22nd. Arizona hosts Charleston. Should be a fun one from Phoenix. You know Eddie always loves the home game Monday Night Spectaculars. That pass is caught. That is Reggio De Niro for the first time tonight, picking up the first down.
Yeah, right between the coverage. Perfect. And again, not a lot of time to get rid of that ball, but got rid of it just before Peanut Say was going to lay the hurt down.
Wigmore out of the empty. We've seen this in Detroit. We've seen this in D.C. A couple other places so far this season. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So far for Baltimore, they trail by 4. Benji Matson goes in motion as Wigmore is out of the shotgun. Fargo on a blitz. Then DC's bringing 5. And this time, Wigmore able to get away and find Matson first down to the 37.5-yard line.
Great effort by Matson after catching it short of the marker. just powered his way past to get that first down.
The Baltimore Vulture offense includes Jack Wigmore, Johnny Kim, Warren Murray, David Anderson, T. Roy Gaines in the backfield. Wide receivers are Ivory Irvin, Reggio De Niro, and Mac Chima. Tight ends Benji Matson and Jackson Roberts on the line. Ray Arnold, Olivia Bleeker, Alden Bleeker, Jay Arnold, and Don Johnson. This is Wigmore over the middle to Chima to the 22-yard line. First down. That's the 11th completion for Wigmore tonight.
It might just be me, but it looks like they're starting to soften up that defense for DC. DC was very aggressive and was, had an edge there, but looks like Baltimore's starting to settle in and find some openings.
8:25 to go in the first half. 7-3 DC on top of Baltimore. Final game of week number 7 here in the SFL's 25th season. This is Wigmore one-on-one coverage caught by Irvin, and Ivory Irvin's into the end zone for the first time this season. Touchdown, Baltimore, they take the lead.
And that was the catch of the game right there. Right over the shoulder, turned around, looked like he turned around the other way. The ball was right there and was able to get past Darrell Bullock on coverage.
Look at the total yards, 211 to 21, and Baltimore has a 3-point lead, extra point pending.
Man, that's amazing. I mean, Wigmore's been in very small places tonight. Impressive. It looks like that offensive line's starting to settle down too for the Vultures.
4 plays, 64-yard drive, and it is a 10-7 lead for Baltimore. Chat shout-outs with 58 of you watching. Think outside the box. Bleakers, Nate Brown, J.W. Hart is here, Justin Reside, James Walters, Ryan Davis, and many others. Mason Kirby on the return up to the 28. And considering that DC only has 21 yards of offense right now, they're going to have to figure some things out against this Vulture defense.
Oh, definitely. And they've got the tools to do it. I mean, they're undefeated so far. Just got to get that running game a little warmed up, or excuse me, the action for the halfbacks and fullbacks. That could be a pass or a run. You just got to get them involved so it softens up the defense a little bit.
8:07 to go in the first half. 10-7 Baltimore on top of DC. They're going to send Lauren Percoco in motion. Percoco does not have a catch tonight on 1 target. Synergy's just 1 of 5. They hand it off up the middle to Stellar, and Alvin Mack says, "How do you do?" TFL for a loss of 2.
Yep. And Stellar says, "Well, not good." Thanks for asking. The defender was waiting right for him. I mean, that's a nightmare for any running back.
Toss. Stellar. Bowling over a defender, and on 2nd and 12, picks up 10 yards. That helps the Dragons out on 3rd and short.
And that's what you expect a pro to do after that last play. Just buckle up the chin strap and lower your head and your shoulder and, knock a couple people down on the next play.
Third down, 2 yards to go. DC is 1 of 3 on 3rd down so far. Sometimes it can be a trap on 3rd and short. They're going to hand it off. That's not Stellar, and that's a loss of a yard. Jeff Melanish and Alvin Mack in the backfield. And, sometimes on 3rd down and short, Charles, it can be, we've seen it on Monday Night Spectaculars a lot. Sometimes it can be a curse. Your 3rd and long offense is more better suited against your opponent's weaknesses. And so far, Baltimore's got the 3rd and short all locked up.
Especially after a long run on the previous play. Because normally whoever did that is going to be taking a breather on the sidelines.
Yep, 1st and 10 on the 28 now. And as long as Jack Wigmore can stay away from the interceptions, Baltimore's got the early edge in this one.
Oh boy. Okay. And put it out in the universe.
6:46 left in the first half. Wigmore dropping a throw. Wigmore fires, caught by Irvin, breaks a tackle they're going to give him forward progress for a 7-yard gain. That's
he took like 5 steps after he got hit. I don't know if
that's generous.
I don't know if the progress rules, pertain to that.
6 catches for 86 yards. Second down 3, handoff to Gaines, up the middle. Roy Gaines, first down to the 43-yard line. They've had no answer for him so far. 3 carries, 12 yards.
Yeah, he's a beast. I mean, he all-pro, all-star, whatever accolade you want to give him, Hall of Famer. He knows what he's doing when he gets the ball.
6 minutes to go in the first half. Baltimore 10, DC 7. The battle of the DMV. Baltimore leads the all-time series 10-3. DC's 3 wins over Baltimore all-time, all by 7 points or less. Wigmore's pass is incomplete, deflected by Nick Fargo, who had to quickly think on his feet on that one, Charles.
Every time you say DMV, I keep thinking of the Department of Motor Vehicles.
I know, same. I had to get used to it.
They say Delmarva.
I think that's worse.
I made that up. I'm serious for once in my life.
This is Wigmore dumping it off short to Matson, who curls around looking for some space. Britton on the tackle. It'll set up 3rd and 9.
He's so reliable. Matson's so reliable. Rarely makes a mistake out there. And when you got to get rid of the ball and things are starting to fall apart, go to Matson because he's going to be where he needs to be.
1-2 on 3rd downs for the Vultures tonight. 3rd and 9, Irvin goes in motion. Wigmore fires on the corner, had Irvin and overthrew him. DC catches a break.
I tell you, they have not stopped that blitz scam on DC. Every play they send an extra 1 or 2 or even 3 blitzers in there.
Punt is away. Tommy Powers, the punter for Baltimore, and he's had a great season. Has had multiple games already this season where he has gotten 3 punts inside the 20. That's another one down inside the 18-yard line. I want to bring your attention to a stat that we currently have, Charles. According to our stats truck, DC has no first downs. Baltimore has 14.
That's amazing. That is an amazing stat.
Because DC had the touchdown, right? But they were outside. I don't know if that's technically a first down or not, but they have not, they have not moved the chains in a traditional offense in this entire half as Stellar loses a yard, but yet they're only down 3.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, it's not, I think Baltimore should probably be up by a heck of a lot more than they are. So I think DC's going to need to think about doing some other twists to their offense as opposed to running it up the middle, because it looks like Baltimore is shutting that down.
And Synergy is sacked by Alvin Mack. Alvin Mack having himself a special first half of play. Mack now 3 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a sack.
So it looked like that was a slight delay going through that gap, and there wasn't anyone there to pick him off, and it was just feeding time for him, bringing down the quarterback.
3rd down and 15. What do the Dragons have? This is a tough place to be in the game plan. 4:16 to go in the first half. Synergy facing a heavy blitz. Synergy gets away from it, fires down the field. Caught! First down, Weston at the 32-yard line, just barely getting that one off.
That was a clutch catch by Weston. And I think that's his first touch of the game. He's been targeted a couple times, but, man, if he's going to bring it in, let's bring it in here on this key play where you got to get the first down.
And some tight coverage by Elijah Warfield, and that helps the Dragons live to fight another day here towards the end of the first half. 1st and 10. Their running game right now has 20 yards on 9 carries. They'll toss it out to Chuck Stellar, and Baltimore's there again, but Stellar able to bull over for a pickup of 4.
Yeah, I think it's good that they're running, outside. Got to mix it up a little bit. Not be too predictable against this Baltimore D.
2nd down, 6 to go. Look at the box for Baltimore. Yep. 10 down inside the box here. It is beef on beef, and Synergy's going to throw, and it's caught by Pakoko. What a play from the DC Dragons offense. Totally fooled the Vultures.
That was a great read by Synergy. I mean, like you said, the Vultures had season ticket holders out there as well trying to go up against the quarterback, and Synergy made that snap decision, went to a reliable receiver, and we're looking at a huge game.
Man, fun stuff. The chess match between these two teams tonight. Always fascinating. 2:50 to go in the first half. DC trying to put things together. Dumps it off to Stellar. Say a decoy running out there. Picks up 3.
That's not bad. I mean, three yards isn't bad. I just got to mix it up, and so far we're seeing a little bit of that from DC.
Baltimore has the best road winning percentage in SFL history, 62%. They are 59-36 on the road all time. 2nd down and 7. They are trying to get another win under their belt here tonight in DC, but the Dragons proving to be challenging as Say will get the Dragons up to 3rd and 3, but we've seen 3rd and short be a problem for them.
Let's buckle up for this one, Cam. I have no idea what we're going to see.
And we won't see it until after the 2-minute warning. Baltimore 10, DC 7. We got another great one on the Monday Night Spectacular here on the Virtual Football Network. Eddie Gage, Ron Haynes in our stats truck. Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine with you here tonight as we finish off week number 7 of the SFL's 25th anniversary season. Stellar and Say in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Say. He'll break off a tackle, and he won't get the first down. Not even close. Young Vaught knocks him down, 4th and 2.
I thought he was going to have it. It looked like Frank Smith was the first one to slow him down a bit, and like you said, slow him down a bit, and then like you said, Vaught finished it off.
So DC's drive comes up with nothing, and Baltimore will get the last laugh likely here of this first half, with 90 seconds to play. Ron Van Cleef trying to pin Baltimore down inside the 10. That definitely did not happen. The Vultures will get the football at the 20-yard line.
1 minute and 27 seconds is plenty of time, especially if they're showing a lot of those empty sets. I think they're built for this type of situation. Let's see if they can execute.
That punt goes for just a little over 20 yards, not what the Dragons were looking for. Wigmore drops to throw, incomplete. And that'll set up 2nd down and 10. I don't think Baltimore's going to run too much time off this clock. DC could get it back.
And it goes without saying, you definitely don't want to make a mistake at this part of the field. You'd be setting up DC, and it's like giving him a Christmas present.
2nd down. Wigmore empty again. Roberts off to his left. Wigmore in trouble. Wagner takes him down. Loss of 5. Look at Mike Wagner on the surfboard. I thought he'd snap that thing.
That's another big boy. Not tall, but man, he is wide. And he was able to just do that spin around the offensive lineman and get right in the face of Wigmore.
I think if Waves saw Mike Wagner on a surfboard, I think they'd run scared. Wow, 3rd down and 15. Wigmore dropping a throw, hit as he threw, had to get rid of it. Actually, good read there to Benji Matson. DC will call a timeout on 4th down. They're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, and like you said, they didn't take a lot of time with that heavy pass offense. Didn't take a lot of time off the clock, and DC could potentially have the ball in pretty good field position here.
Punt from Tommy Powers as DC went after it. Not a lot of room for Harrison. Makes the most of it to the 39-yard line. So 42 seconds, 2 timeouts. If Synergy can get something pushed down the field, I think we might see DC trying to get into field goal range.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's all. I think at this point, that's all you really need is you at least put 3 up on the board.
DC, if they got into the locker room tied at 10, I think they'd feel very fortunate. considering that Baltimore outplayed him much of the first half. Just a couple of mistakes from Wigmore early put the Vultures in a bind. Percoco is matched up at the top of the screen. Synergy is going to throw against a blitz. Percoco was the look, and that is incomplete. Milanishin on the stop.
Yeah, and Percoco got drilled on that play.
Well, Percoco is outside of that one play where they kind of snuck her out of that heavy look. Been contained pretty well. Mason Kirby has no catches in this game. We're used to seeing Kirby a little bit more involved in the offense, just one target. 2nd down and 10. Synergy dropping a throw and throws a pick. Alvin Mack reached for the sky. Now Baltimore has 3 timeouts and 36 seconds left.
Yep, just turn it around. We said that to make a mistake, DC's in good field position, and I guess it goes the same way for them. They made a mistake, and they're not too far from field goal range, my friend.
That hurt. Synergy's second pick. He's just 3 of 9 for 43 yards here in the first half. We mentioned the woes for Jack Wigmore in the passing game this season. 8 touchdowns, just 5 picks for Synergy coming in. The 8 touchdowns, second in the league. Synergy, the highest completion percentage quarterback, as Wigmore drops the throw. There is a penalty. I think it's going to be PI.
Yeah, definitely. Not the type of mistake you want to make in this part of the field and in this situation.
Call on Tyler Highfield.
Wow. Okay.
I think that all of that hand fighting was right at the 5-yard mark, maybe just beyond the 5, and that's where the flag came. It's hard to tell exactly what they were looking at there.
A little ticky-tacky, but that's all right.
Does stop the clock for Baltimore as well. 3 timeouts, so 3 still left for the Vultures. Mac Chima goes in motion. Chima 2 catches for 32 yards, still looking for his first touchdown of the season. Wigmore dropping a throw, and he throws a pick. Britton, the third, just standing there, and Wigmore threw it right to him.
Fourth interception of the season, and they've been sending that blitz all night long, and on this one, definitely impacted the quarterback. Made a split decision, and this time it was the wrong one, and Britton, the third, was ready to eat that up.
I mean, that was ugly, Charles. I mean, I don't know who he was throwing to. Literally right to Britton. Maybe it's because DC's wearing red tonight. Wigmore's just a little thrown off.
Honestly, it's throwing me off a little bit too. I have to concentrate, and I'm not very good at concentrating.
Percoco goes in motion. 26 seconds to go in the first half. And these teams, nobody wants to go to the locker room. Chuck Steller on the carry, picks up 8, and DC will burn a timeout. They get enough to consider throwing this down the field.
Yeah, and they don't have to throw it into the end zone. All they need is a sideline pattern, maybe to the 25-yard line, 20-yard line, and they got a shot.
This is an interesting formation to try to do it in. This is Kirby. Connor Weston is to the outside. James Walter is going to go in motion off the right. Baltimore imbalanced to the left. Synergy, quick throw over the head of everybody. Percoco walks into the end zone. You've got to be kidding me.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant, Cam. I don't think anyone watching the game, anyone sitting in the stands or watching from home expected that play at all. We were all fooled. Come on, be honest. That was a great call by DC.
There were 4 players for Baltimore lined up near Lauren Percoco, and some of them blitzed and some of them played it short. I mean, she ran right past him.
That was one of the best plays, I think, in our Monday Night Spectacular.
I agree. DC's wrinkle of passing out of heavy sets has been the difference in this first half, Charles. They should not be winning this game, but they are.
That's right, and it wasn't an exotic pass route at all by Percoco. Just ran straight to the oak tree, and it was wide open.
That's that old play in the backyard field, right, Charles? Just go to the oak tree.
Yep. Watch out for the sprinkler.
And then your wife says, "What do you mean you sent him to the oak tree? He's gonna hit the tree." Nah, he'll stop. Chima. Go ahead, Charles.
Oh, I'm trying to figure. You say no, honey. I'm looking up a haboob.
You just wanted to say it again.
Sorry. It took too long for it to get out, so not so funny.
That's all that was.
What a game, though, Cam. Oh my gosh.
It's just. I mean, it. Looking at the game when there was 14 first downs for Baltimore to none for DC, it just felt like it was only a matter of time before the Vultures pulled away. But the Dragons have come out with some pretty impressive play calls down the stretch of this one, as Wigmore's pass is incomplete. Really should have been caught by Irvin. 2nd and 10.
I mean, that's we're looking at a 5-0 team, and that's what a 5-0 team does. They have a good handle on what they can do, what they can't do, and they just pull that little wrinkle out, like you said, right when they need to, and just catches everybody off guard.
Six seconds left in an exhausting second quarter. Wigmore fires on a Hail Mary. That pass is bobbled and almost caught off the deflection, helping the allowing. Oh, there's 1 second left, Charles. My gosh!
Oh, no.
Get to the locker room.
That ball touched about every part of Peanut Say's body.
And it still didn't take time off the clock. This is the 71st play of this half.
It's amazing.
My goodness, 3rd down and 10. Try it again. Wigmore down the middle. That pass is incomplete. Looking for Irvin. And mercilessly, we get to the locker room. DC up 14-10. What a wild second quarter, but a very fascinating one indeed between two of the league's top teams, Charles.
Yeah, I mean, evenly matched. We talked about that at the beginning of the game. I mean, both of these teams are well coached, great ownership as well. And, I wouldn't expect anything less than what we're seeing on the field.
Your first half stats, Jack Wigmore, 15 of 28 for 189 yards. Look at our stat team. 2 for 28 for Warren Murray. Irvin, 6 for 86 and a touchdown. Ron Haynes and Eddie Gage on the money tonight. The DC Dragons, Shabazz Synergy, 4 of 10 for 89 yards. And Lauren Percoco, the hero, once more for the DC Dragons. But their defense has 3 sacks and 3 picks. They've been all over the place.
They've been aggressive as heck tonight. Almost every play's been a blitz. And Percoco came alive at the right time late in that first half. And to your comments about the stats team, I mean, Eddie is not only taking stats, but he's also like posting pictures of sandstorms and doing stuff in our server, doing ordering people around. I don't know how he's able to multitask.
I mean, I want to reciprocate, Charles, but it's tough giving him more credit. His head swells up, and it's tough to watch. Mac Chima on the return up to the 25-yard line, and what do you do if you're Baltimore, Charles? I don't know if you adjust too much in the first half. I mean, you played pretty well, 240 yards of offense.
I mean, you played fine. It's just, I would maybe scale back and try and mix it up a little bit. I don't think they've got the game plan for that, because I think we're going to see it much the same from the first half. The passes, and that could be unfortunate. Let's see what kind of adjustments they can do.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Jack Wigmore dropping a throw. The pass is deflected and incomplete. And I've been saying this for 12 years. One day I'll get off my high horse about it, Charles. But when you go one-dimensional in an attack, you prevent things like second half adjustments from really taking shape. And yes, it gives you more control, but if your control is not working, there's really nothing else to go to, and that's what Baltimore is going to have to wrestle with here in the second half.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge commitment.
2nd down and 10 for Wigmore. He'll fire over the middle. That pass is caught by Warren Murray, so that's a 1st down at the 35-yard line.
That's an impressive catch by a halfback out of the backfield in tight coverage. Normally, that's wide receiver quality catch.
21 on 21 crime there again. Billy Beers, 16 of 30 is Wigmore, 201 yards. He's taken 3 sacks. He's thrown 3 picks, but he spread the ball around. Irvin has 6 catches. Matson has 5. Murray's got 2. Chima's got 2. Dinero's got 1. And in motion, that's Matson. Wigmore dropping a throw. Wigmore facing a little bit of pressure. That pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Chima, defended by Peanut Say.
Yeah, Nick Fargo just did a feint to look like he was going to blitz, then went back into coverage. I don't think Wigmore was expecting that. It took away one of his pass options.
2nd down, 10. 4 down lineman for the Dragons. All the tight ends go out into the pattern, and Wigmore fires it to Irvin. Caught for the 1st down at the DC 46-yard line.
And it's moving so fast out there, Cam. Great decision on that play by Wigmore. And why not? You're going to go to Irvin. He's Irvin, Mr. Reliable.
103 yards for Ivory Irvin tonight. The updated numbers, got his first touchdown of the season earlier in the game. Sam Harrison's got the touchdown for DC on the ground on his only carry of the ball game so far. 1st down at the Dragon 47-yard line on that beautiful midfield logo here in Washington, D.C. That pass is incomplete. Sets up 2nd down and 10. The person that does DC's field art, Charles, I need them to come do something in my backyard. It's getting rough out there.
It's like you're a big replica of your face in the backyard.
I'm sure my wife would love that.
I have some pictures I could send them.
2nd down and 10. She's probably out there cheering on the birds. Come on, get him. 2nd down. Wigmore dropping a throw. Rolling to his left. Gets away from Wagner. And Wigmore's got a 1st down at the 35-yard line. Didn't look like he was going to have a ton of space, but Jack Wigmore does well to get out of the jam.
That was an impressive run by Mr. Wigmore. One of the things I'm not seeing in this empty set is, I saw this when I was with Vancouver, is there's a lot of times you see an audible where the tight end goes into the backfield. I don't know if I've seen that yet tonight.
Yeah, they've been set. Matson and Roberts have been moving around, but mostly to left to right as Wigmore fires. That's caught by Irvin. That has been probably the most successful of routes for the Vultures tonight. 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, he's been, targeted almost 20 times, 17 times maybe tonight.
Yeah.
He is definitely the favorite of Wigmore.
That's true. A whopping 18 targets. Surprising that it's only 8 catches, and the 1st downs continue to accumulate here for Baltimore. 18-2, yet they trail. Wigmore drops to throw. He will fire one-on-one. Chima. That is caught 1st and goal down to the 5.
And he had heat. I believe that was Fargo on the linebacker blitz up the middle. Had a beeline right to Wigmore. No, it was it was Wagoneer. Had a clear shot on the quarterback, but Wigmore was just able to stand in there strong and get rid of that ball. Very accurate as well for being in that type of situation.
1st and goal at the 5. Baltimore gets a little heavy here. Chima off the right side of the line. 7:25 to go in the 3rd. Hand off to T-Roy. Gains up the middle, and DC was all over it. That's about as well as you can defend that on the goal line. Fargo with the tackle.
I mean, Nick Fargo, he's been in the league for 27 years. I mean, he knows he doesn't see much that's going to surprise him.
I started the SFL when I was 6. 2nd and goal. Arthur was right there with me on the playground. Toss, and down to the 2-yard line. It goes the Vultures. That is the backup fullback, Joey Goodspeed. 3rd and goal coming up for Baltimore.
Didn't show good speed on that ball, and I can say that because he's not a contract.
That's right. 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Could it be Gaines here? 5 down linemen, 3rd down and goal. They toss it. Warren Murray is stopped. Cha-ching for Tyler Highfield. 4th and goal, and Baltimore will have to kick the field goal.
Both safeties, Highfield and Say, had their fingerprints on that one, Cam. Just overpowered and shut that down.
And the DC Dragons get another stop. 313 to 320 or 127 in total yards. A 12-play, 72-yard drive, but it does not reach the end zone, and the Dragons still maintain the lead.
I mean, they're hanging in there. Baltimore is hanging in there after that punch in the gut, after the Percoco touchdown. So I think this one's going to go to the wire.
Deep kick 5 yards into the end zone. Kirby will take a knee. Not had much opportunity to return those kicks tonight. So this is the first time that DC will get the football to start the second half. Baltimore now has run 53 plays tonight to DC's 30 as Synergy gets back to work.
Amazing, we haven't seen a rusher over 50 yards yet tonight.
Chuck Stellar leading the way with 29, and he gets the fullback carry there for 5 more.
He's getting a lot of work tonight, Cam. A lot of work. Well, like you said, that's his 10th carry. Haven't seen a lot from Say.
Stellar actually third on this team in carries with 38 coming into the game, so averaging just about 7-8 yards a carry. He's already over that today. Synergy was hit as he threw, was looking for Percoco. That threw off the route, 3rd and 5.
The points of the ball were pointing north and south on that throw. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I think the last time I saw that was in the Robin Williams Flubber movie. Bouncing all over the place. 3rd and 5. Synergy dropping a throw. That is caught. First down, Connor Weston.
Very accurate pass. I mean, they're doing a lot of those short dropbacks trying to offset the defensive line of Baltimore, and you have to make quick decisions. And Synergy's been doing this his whole career and was able to put that right where in the numbers where it needed to be.
First down for DC. Stellar's in the backfield along with Say. Percoco is in the slot. They'll hand it off to Stellar, and this time Stellar not able to get anywhere. Impressive play from Young Vaught, the safety there, to make the stop one-on-one.
I mean, that's 5'10", 195, but he's tackling like a middle linebacker.
Second down, 4:55 to go in the third quarter. Synergy is in trouble. Just got rid of it, and it's almost picked. There were 5 different vultures in the area. Third down.
Gosh. Al Walker just got through his screen porch, and man, I can't believe Synergy was able to get that ball off.
3 of 7 on third down. 2-by-2 here for Shabazz with the Dragons up 14-13 in a nail-biter here in the nation's capital. Synergy against heavy pressure, and it's incomplete. Percoco and Weston were down the field, and Bolt had a beat on both of them. 4th down.
That was beautiful coverage by Bolt. I mean, haven't heard a lot from him tonight, but man, he's been blanketing his receivers, and that's why they're not throwing to him, and you know why on that play.
Punt coming for the DC Dragons. That is punt number 5 on the night. Baltimore's defense gets the stop they needed. Irvin breaks off a tackle to the 29-yard line. So the Vultures will try again. They have had no trouble moving the football down the field, just trouble getting points.
Well, I mean, all they need is a field goal, and they take the lead. So I think the DC defense wants to keep them on this side of the 50.
Empty look for Baltimore on first down. They are 19 of 35 passing. Wigmore fires, caught by Irvin to midfield for the first down.
Unbelievable. They keep sending the heat, and that offensive line is just at the last second keeping them from putting a mark on Wigmore.
20 of 36, 269 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks. If he gets another touchdown on the board, the night will look pretty good for Wigmore.
Oh, yeah.
Jack is in trouble, fires, threw back across his body. Looking for Irvin. That is Irvin's 20th target.
It's amazing. I mean,
Irvin
9
had
receptions, 20 targets.
Irvin had 16 catches coming into the night. He's got 20 targets this evening. 2nd and 10. Wigmore looking, deflected, incomplete, looking for Irvin again. It's starting to become too predictable. The Dragons are all over it.
I tell you what, you can honestly say that Britton, I think, was beaten on coverage there, but was just able to use his athleticism to deflect that pass.
3rd down and 10 for Baltimore. 1 of 6 on 3rd down tonight. Manned up look here. Sending a late blitz off the left side. Wigmore off his back foot. Incomplete. Wigmore did all he could, but just couldn't find the man. And the Dragons defense gets off the field again.
Oh, they sent the blitz at the top of the screen, and that forced Wigmore out of the pocket, had to throw on the run, and wasn't able to get that accurate pass that we've seen all night.
Baltimore will have to punt it away. Baltimore's last 6 drives, 6 plays and a punt, 4 plays and a punt, 2 plays and an interception. The end of the half, a 21-yard field goal, and they couldn't get a touchdown on the board, and 5 plays and a punt. It's been tough sledding, and I got to give DC some props. Teams around the league have had difficulty trying to figure out how to defend this type of offense, and I think DC's done about as well as you can, especially against this talented Vulture offense.
I mean, you don't know what to expect, even if they show, like we saw in that heavy set, or throw a deep pass on you. You just got to be on your toes and execute perfectly against DC.
3:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dragons lead by 1. Synergy's pass is incomplete. Baltimore's defense has been doing a pretty great job of their own. Their leading tackler is only 5. That's young Vaught, but 3 tackles for loss for Alvin Mack. Towers and Mack also have a pick.
Yeah, but they're also, they may not get the stat, but they're there to disrupt plays. A lot of plays, they slow down the running back, and so, the buddy can come up and shut it down.
2nd and 10. Synergy dropping a throw, finds Weston, sandwiched, but holds on at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, the Weston turned his body to the quarterback, and the ball hit him right in the numbers. You couldn't ask for a better pass.
Sandwich between Warfield and company. Check that, Towers and company. 3.5 to go in the 3rd. Dragons trying to give their defense some rest. 1st down at the 32. Stellar going to go in motion from right to left.
Back pitch.
Nope, hand off to Say. Up the gut. DC mixing it up. I was thinking pitch too, Charles. That picks up 8.
It's nice.
Love that. Love that for us.
Baltimore was expecting that too. So I don't look so bad.
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody was expecting it. No, anytime.
Oh,
man.
Shucks.
DC's they're keeping everybody on their toes tonight. Under 3 to go in the 3rd. Synergy quarterback sneak, and he is clobbered. Wow, Frank Smith with his best play of the day. 3rd and short for the Dragons.
I mean, again, they went into their magic bag and pulled that one out. Haven't seen that all night.
3rd down and 1. Say has the 1st down, and Moore hurdling and defender on the ground and picking up a 1st down.
Huge run by Say. I mean, Say's been pretty quiet tonight, but man, that play I think was his best run of the night.
Chuck Stellar with the block. Say 19 yards on 6 carries. Stellar 34 on 11. DC's run game starting to get moving a little bit. Synergy going to drop the throw. Synergy dumps it off. Short for Sam Harrison. Picks up 5. No shame in that.
It was smart because that pocket was breaking down, Ken. He had to dump that one off, and it was a very smart decision by Synergy.
DC leading Baltimore in rushing yards, 60 to 57. They have had the discrepancy in the passing game because Synergy, although he's hit some big plays, has been a little inefficient. Kevin Say will rumble down to the 41-yard line. Charles, you missed an opportunity to meet Kevin Say at the 2025 convention. Him and his wife were fantastic people. Can't wait to see him again.
Probably one amongst many. I mean, it's so great going to those conventions and meeting people face to face. A lot of great people in this league.
3rd and 2 for DC. The handoff goes to Sam Harrison. He's got all kinds of space. Harrison down to the 24-yard line, first down. So his first carry was a touchdown. His second carry was a monster 3rd and 2 conversion. Dragons move the sticks.
Oh, that was a huge play. And, fresh right off the bench, came out there and just hit that gap as fast as he could and, executed it perfectly.
19-yard run for Harrison. He's not had a ton of opportunities tonight, but he's taken advantage of his opportunities when he's had them. First down at the 24 of Baltimore. DC putting together a long drive. Pitch. This is good speed. Getting hit by Warfield and picking up 4. Nope, check that. That is not good. I had the wrong backup there. That's Stephen Trejo with the carry. Second down, 6. Handoff, Say. He is just buried in the backfield. Jeff Melanishin with the TFL.
Oh, yeah. If you were going to ask me before the game which team would show more empty set, I probably would have picked DC.
That's right.
We're seeing a lot of conservative sets out of DC, but they're mixing it up and, like they're fooling us in the booth. Got to be keeping Baltimore on their toes.
Center G, incomplete. 4th down now, and Weston knows they missed a golden opportunity.
Well, Walters, I hate to say it, but he was wide open. Walter at the bottom of the screen.
Bumped off his route, says the stats truck. 38-yard field goal. Ron Van Cleef in his 4th season. That kick is on the way and pretty perfect. Drifting left, but good. 17-13, a 12-play, 60-yard drive. Takes 3:52 off the clock. And considering that Baltimore can strike at any time, that shortens up the game for the Dragons as we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. Baltimore 13, DC 17. It's anybody's game here on the Monday Night Spectacular. Eddie Gage and Ron Haynes in the stats truck, Charles Doherty and Cameron Irvine with you in the broadcast booth. Happy to be here with you tonight. A beautiful evening across this great country. From 5 yards out, Mac Chima on the return, getting up to the 26-yard line, 28-yard line, and before this game gets too crazy, Charles, you going to Cracker Barrel anymore?
Am I going to Cracker Barrel anymore? You assume that I normally go. No, I love Cracker Barrel, but I haven't been there in a long while.
That's all anybody's talking about this week.
Yeah?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for them, but
I'm being topical.
I know, isn't it crazy? It's like it's like I'm a part of the world or something. Hey, as long as their pancakes are still as good as they've always been, who cares?
Wait, you leave your den?
Once a week, Charles.
No
keep up.
No way.
First down to the 28-yard line. Wigmore drops to throw. That pass is caught. Ivory Irvin picking up 11. Irvin's 5,800th target tonight.
That's right. 5,801. I mean, he's just snagging everything. Holy smokes. You got to bump him at the line, something, throw him off his route.
They've just been all over him tonight. He has been the game plan. 64 yards outside, 218 inside for Wigmore. As Wigmore hit as he throws. Wow, the pressure.
Got hit by a wagon.
Hit by a wagon. That's right.
Wagon ran him over.
Sacks tonight. A lot more pressure than sacks, but 3 sacks for DC, 1 for Baltimore. Second down and 10.
I think you need to do that. Those empty sets. You got to do something to disrupt the aiming.
9:29 to go in the 4th. Wigmore dropping a throw. Tipped and incomplete. Highfield just kind of spun around right at the right time. 3rd and 10.
It's amazing how the defensive backs in this league have that sixth sense just at the right time to turn around and are able to deflect those passes.
This has been the most impressive part of the DC Dragons defense tonight. Baltimore just 1 of 7 on third down. Wigmore dropping a throw. Heavy pressure off the right side. Wigmore throws that direction. That's the right read, Charles. Chima just could not come up with it. Blanket coverage, fourth down.
With great coverage. And they started with that 3-down line. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're not going to pressure them, but they still sent, 15 defensive backs in on blitz.
And this is starting to become a serious problem for the Baltimore Vultures this season. Coming into the game, they were 21st in the league in third down conversions at just 39%. And tonight they're 12.5%. Just not getting it done on third down, which is really a surprise given the talent and the just tremendous coaching that the Vultures have. They just have not been able to figure things out at that portion of the game plan so far this season.
All right, I'm going off script here, but I got to give props to Sam Harrison on that return. Wasn't a ton of yards, but man, he went through 5-6 defenders and was able to get a pretty decent gain.
I'm glad you hit on Harrison. I gave enough words for both of us on the topic of third downs. 17-13, 9-11 to go. DC has the football. It still feels like anybody could win this game. Chuck Stellar getting 4 on the carry. Both teams have made mistakes tonight, Charles, so these defenses just kind of waiting in the wings for their next opportunity.
I tell you what, though, enough hits by Chuck Stellar at 5'11", 240, late in this fourth quarter. You're going to be pretty gassed trying to bring that man down.
8:48 and counting. Kevin Say on the carry. We'll set up a third down. Young Vaught again. He has been so impressive now, up to 10 tackles.
That's amazing. I mean, one of the things that stands out with this Vulture defense, their backs are so strong. That's one of the things that they had them work on in the offseason. I mean, they're all very highly rated in strength.
3rd and 6 for DC. Walters goes in motion. Only 3 players have caught a pass for the Dragons tonight. Weston, Percoco, and Harrison. Back to pass. Center G. Caught by Weston at the 46-yard line. They move him over the left side and get the first down.
Weston stole the route from Percoco. No, maybe not. But it looked like at the end there. But wow, was able to get past the coverage and split-second timing by Synergy, able to throw a dart down the field. And man, what an impressive pass.
Almost like an arrow and go there from Weston. 5 catches, 73 yards. Now for Weston, and the 73 yards is only second to Irvin, who's had 23 targets. 7:40 to go in the fourth, 1st and 10. Handoff Stellar, past the 50, up to the 47 of Baltimore. This drive starting to feel a little bit, Charles, like if they get a touchdown at the end of it, burn 3 or 4 minutes off the clock, this game could be over. Baltimore needs a stop, and they need it now.
What's impressive is they're able to execute both pass and run out of those base sets on offense.
2nd and 3. Synergy, sneak, got it! How did he beat the couple of Vulture defenders that had a shot at him?
Oh my gosh. Well, last week, Cam, he was the leading rusher for DC. That's why I thought we were going to see a lot of passing out of this offense. He had 30 yards last week.
Shabazz putting on the invisibility cloak right behind the center to pick up the first down. Toss play out to Stellar. Stellar past the 40 and getting 4 more. 6:45 to go.
I think the question that all the fans at home are trying to figure out is, how does Synergy run without his sunglasses falling off?
I think he has sunglasses under the visor. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that head of his. Sam Harrison, not going to get much, and that's the first time Harrison has gotten a touch of the football and not really done much with it. 3rd down.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're going up against Bolt, and Bolt is it's hard to get past him.
3rd and 5. This is a moment just outside of field goal range. Shabazz just got rid of it. Say dives forward for the first down.
That was too casual. That's too comfortable in the pocket under pressure like that. Here we go.
Falling forward was Kevin Say. Where does the rump land? Baltimore wants to know on the challenge.
Yeah, I'd love to see a review here. And he's got lenses on without any frames. I don't know how he does that.
Let's look at say. I think the ball's across the line. That's very close.
I mean, yeah, come on.
Ooh. Wow. I don't know that there's enough to overturn that.
He wasn't touched.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Are they say, so they're saying 4th and inches. Will DC go for this in no man's land? That's a tough call. I just didn't see enough to overturn it, but it was very close.
I wouldn't be shocked if DC did it, but I'm not necessarily sure that's... Well, they are.
Here we go. 4th and inches. DC is 1 of 1 on 4th down this season. 5:52 to go in the 4th.
Be sneaky.
Toss.
See?
Say. Did not get it. Baltimore with the stop. That's Elijah Warfield making the play of the game.
I told you they should have listened to me. Just kidding.
Oh, they just stellar missed
cool,
Warfield
though.
on the outside.
I mean, that was a fingernail from a first down.
Wow, so the challenge goes in favor of Baltimore. The 4th down stop goes in favor of Baltimore. Here come the Vultures with 5:50 to go in the 4th quarter. Jack Wigmore's thrown 43 times, averaging 6.5 yards per attempt. Matson goes in motion. First down at the 34. Pass to Ivory Irvin. What a surprise, incomplete.
That's... I'm not sure who got the hit on that one, but that was that Billy Beers?
Could have been. Ivory Irvin, 24 targets. Shabazz Synergy, 20 attempts.
Still rushing, kid. Not taking a break on the blitz.
Just 11 carries on the ground for Baltimore, but for 54 yards, averaging 5 yards a carry. But they have kind of left it in the past for the most of this game. 2nd down and 10. Wigmore dropping a throw. Wigmore will fire. That time Chima is open to midfield for the first down.
Yeah, nice pass. Nice pass to Chima. I mean, Chima's a very solid route runner. Got a lot of options for Wigmore, but tonight he's been targeting Irvin and Matson, but Saul Chima on that one after that good route run, got some separation and looking at a first down.
Chima's been Wigmore's best target. Actually, Matson has been Wigmore's best target, catching 5 of his 7 targets. Everyone else is under 50% on the target share or the target completions. That is Irvin, first down to the 32-yard line. That time he was wide open. 5:06 to go. Baltimore can take the lead here.
It was too much of a cushion. Give the wide receiver. I mean, you gotta be tight on them from the line all the way through the play.
Man, DC's got to be thinking, we have done so well all night long. We can't give this up. It's been an exhausting night for this Dragon defense. They're hanging in there. That a quick dump off to David Anderson. Beautiful adjustment there from the Vultures. No one was expecting that, and Anderson picks up 9 yards.
Yeah, they are knocking at the door, Cam. Like I said, this is going to the wire.
2nd down and 1 for Baltimore. Toss. Murray is crushed. Biggest hit of the night by Peanut Say.
Peanuts hit hard.
Panthers will be happy about that one. 3rd down and 2. 1 of 8 on 3rd down. Can the Vultures finally convert? Toss to Gaines. Broke a tackle. First down. Taroy. Vintage stiff arm to the 17.
Britton, the third, had him to rights, but man, way to power through that and get the first down.
In the 13 previous meetings between these two teams, 8 of the games have been decided by 7 points or less. We got another nail biter here. 17-13 Dragons over the Vultures. 3:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. This is Wigmore dropping a throw against pressure. That pass is caught. There is a flag. may be roughing the passer for the second time tonight. It will be declined. No, pass interference, actually.
Oh, wow.
Offense? No, defense. Okay, I was about to say.
I didn't see it, but let's see.
That'll be declined. First and goal at the 5. I didn't see Bullock interfering with Irvin. It must have been early in the play. Baltimore struggled down here. First down, goal to go. 408 yards of offense tonight. Wigmore drops a throw. That pass is deflected by Seth Harrison on the line.
I think we've been kind of joking that they've been blitzing so much, but I think it's pretty effective, especially at this point in the on the field near the goal line. You gotta do something to disrupt Wigmore.
Second down, goal to go. Toss. And it's Murray out-racing John Gary to the end zone. Baltimore takes the lead.
He tried. Gary tried, but not fast enough. Nice pitch and nice blocking on the edge there, led by Gaines, and that was also Jay Arnold as well. Good blocking on the pull.
They didn't have much to do over there except celebrate with his teammate, or their teammate, Warren Murray, who gets into the end zone in his 16th SFL season. We've only been around for 25. And Victor Ironleg comes out to kick the extra point. It is good. 20-17. 9 plays, 66-yard, 2-minute 34-second drive. Can the DC Dragons put one more drive together, or will we not, or will we no longer have an undefeated team in the SFL this season?
And let's just play devil's advocate, Cam. Does DC have the playbook to run the right formations at this play situation, this game situation?
Kirby, first down on the 29. Pretty good return there. And could Mason Kirby, who has come up clutch in so many instances in his career, come up with a big play tonight? He has no catches on just one target, but he's always around in the fourth quarter.
Remember Quiet Kirby?
Yep.
He's always quiet till the end of the game when it's on the line.
3:11 to go in the fourth. Absolute thriller here on Monday. That almost hit Kevin Say. Stellar picks up two. That could have been a fumble.
I did not expect that. I thought it was actually going to be to Say.
Man, that was wild. Here's Mac's updated numbers. Synergy rather heavy. Oh man, that was Kirby, and he dropped it. Synergy had to get rid of that early. Kirby was not ready.
You see, they're running these pass routes out of these, standard form or base formations, and defense is just going to sit back and let them eat it. Let them come to them.
Huge 3rd down and 8 here for the Dragons. Kirby going to go in motion. Synergy caught by Weston.
Nice.
Baltimore mixed up the blitz package a little bit there, but the offensive line, led by Connie Cook, Al Freeman, and Michael Percoco, stay cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, like you said, they did send a blitz, but that was a smart play by DC. Let's see if we're going to see more of that quads formation.
72-61 in plays, 26-9 in first downs. Here comes Shabazz. Pass dumped off to Kevin Say, picks up 5, and I don't mind what the backs are doing out of the backfield, Charles. They're just kind of saying, look, we're not trying to win the game here. We're just trying to pick up yards.
I love it. I love it when they get the backs involved in the passing game.
Up to 11.
Well, the catch went like wide receivers.
Up to 11 of 23 for Synergy. That's the 2-minute warning. What's going to happen here at the Dungeon of Dracarys Coliseum? DC has beaten the Vultures twice in this building. Once in season 18, once in season 22. Synergy, heavy pressure, and it's dropped by Percoco. That was the play at the end of the first half. Percoco got loose on, could not come up with it. Third down.
Yeah, right in the midst. Oh, man. Percoco's kicking herself on that one.
Third down and 5. Weston goes in motion. DC has been money on third down all night long. 7 of 14. Shabazz pressured, avoids a sack, takes off and runs. Oh, Shabazz got caught 1 yard shy of the sticks.
Oh, man. I mean, this is 4 down territory, so you don't necessarily hate that, but you're only at 4th and 1, so man, this is a huge play. He was going to get the first. 4th
and 1 again. And Synergy with the sneak got the first down. What a game. This is wild.
Could run that sneak on that last 4th down, Cam, but what the heck do I know?
They only need a field goal to tie, but a touchdown could win it. 1:13 to go. They're at the Baltimore 41. Synergy dropping a pass. Caught by Weston down to the 24. First down, DC.
Another great play out of that quads formation. Just straight down the field. Just great route running and, great vision by Synergy to see the open receiver.
The last time we were on the air, Charles, we had the Albuquerque-Houston thriller. Now we've got Baltimore and DC going at it. 45-second Synergy. Caught by Percoco down to the 8-yard line. 40 seconds and counting as Baltimore looks for one last stand.
That's a player that's 260 pounds getting that type of air. Holy smokes.
33 seconds. First and goal. Down to 25. Synergy going to throw again. Synergy hit from behind and sacked. And DC is going to go no huddle. They're going to choose not to call timeouts. They want to be the last team to possess the football. 10 seconds to go. That pass is complete. Down to 9, down to 8. Now timeout Dragons with 8 seconds left. Third and goal.
Enough time to do 2 plays, Cam.
Yeah, I think you got time for one more throw, and then you got to kick it.
Kick it. Sorry.
What is the call? 8 catches for 109 yards for Weston. Third down and goal for the Dragons. Synergy against heavy pressure. Pass to the end zone. Touchdown. Carter Weston. Unbelievable.
They've been killing him on that quad formation in the second half. And it's not, an exotic route there by Weston. Just, straight down the field pretty much and not wide open. Great pass and great way to pull that in. Use your physicality to bring it in for the touchdown. Unbelievable drive.
Roy Towers was in the area. It almost looked like he was going to pick it off. That is 2-minute execution to perfection. The Dragons go 12 plays, 72 yards in 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Leave just 5 seconds left for the Vultures, and the Dragons may have just saved their undefeated season.
Yeah, and I made a snarky comment about their playbook, and they said, Charles, shut up, we got quads. And they rammed it down our face.
Could be the difference tonight as Matt Chima on the kick return. There is no time left on the clock. He almost got away and cannot. DC wins the game, just their 4th win over Baltimore in franchise history, and the Vultures, crushed, will fall to 2-3, play another quality opponent close this season and come up short. That was just a spectacular ball game here on MNS. Charles, your final thoughts?
I mean, lots of great execution. You got to tip the cap to Irvin with the 180 yards receiving and Wigmore 337 yards passing. But on DC, I mean, Synergy was the general out there. Connor Weston, late in the second half, just came alive, and I'm going to give him the game ball because, there's so many balls you can give around. Wagner with 2 sacks, Harrison with a sack, Britton the third with 2 interceptions. But man, Weston was the one that rose to the occasion and put the W on the board.
9 for 117 in the score, including the game winner. Baltimore 20, DC 24. That's it for the SFL in Week 7. We'll see you back here in a couple of weeks after I return from family. For all of you, thank you for the well wishes that you sent. Hopefully everything ends well for me and my loved ones. But thank you all for being here tonight. For Ron Haynes and Eddie Gage, for Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. Final score, DC 24, Baltimore 20, in another Monday Night Spectacular. Good night.
Cam, prayers to you and your family.